I don't know how to start this video, but yo, I'm just gonna give you guys my thoughts on the whole situation and everything going around with everything at Arsenal after we lost the Europa League semi-final yesterday to Villarreal and Unai Emery's Villarreal, of course, and just give you my thoughts on the manager and everything else, etc. So do me a favor, take this moment to smash like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and you know what? Let's get the show started. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Okay, so simple as this. At this point, you will not be seeing me defending anything that has to do with the manager. At this point, I've accepted the fact that this job is just too big for him. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. He is a good coach. He's shown that he's a good coach with the ability to get us from the situation that we're in last year to get us into a situation where we got into the Europa League in the first place, getting us to FA Cup and getting us into that. But you will not see me defending him. At the same time, you will not be seeing me cussing him. I will not be one of those people yelling and screaming Arteta out every single day, saying, you know what, I want this guy sacked, I want this guy fired, because I've realized that this situation, there's just too much dirt from the top to the bottom. There's just too much dirt from the top to the bottom at this club. And you know what? As a manager, as an individual who needs to manage the dressing room and get the best out of players, he's not been able to do that this season. And my last saving grace for for his job, in my opinion, was to at least get us into Europa League final. And at that point, it's a 50-50 draw. You win or you lose, right? You guys already know my stance on Kroenke. I was clearly at the protest. I want him out, right? You already know my stance on Vinay. I feel like Vinay himself does not have the experience to do the job in the back room. I felt like Arteta was set up for failure from the beginning till now. The only reason why I stuck by the manager was because I understand that there's bigger issues at the club. And I've always said to myself that there's 99 problems at Arsenal. And I always felt like the manager was probably the least of those issues, or maybe not even an issue at all, right? But I'll say this to you guys clearly. I feel like he is not the manager for us any longer. I'm not saying I want him sacked tomorrow, but if he was sacked tomorrow, I would be okay with it. I'm not going to be yelling and screaming Arteta out every single game before every single game, because to me, it's counterproductive. I feel like as a fan, I want the team to win every single game. As a fan, you want your team to win every single game. And for a lot of people out there who were screaming Arteta out from the beginning of the season, or week 5 or week 8, or before the season even began, they see this as a personal victory to themselves. That's almost what I feel like. And that to me is disgusting. Long story short, is Arteta the man to lead us to trophies or league titles or Champions Leagues? Probably not. I can guarantee you, actually, he's not. And will he be here come next season? Possibly, because the reports coming out today is that most likely he will be here tomorrow. And he will be here starting the next season. To me, the only way I could see him getting sacked before the end of the season is if we go on an even worse run and we don't win a game for the remainder of the season, the players completely fall out with him. And at that point, a new manager will be coming in. And that would probably be a blessing in disguise. The one saving grace from this whole thing, maybe the Kroenkes will now sell. Maybe they will now say, you know what, this is enough. We've had enough. I'm not saying anything more about this guy, Arteta, but the situation at Arsenal is so bad that you need an experienced manager. That is just a fact of the situation. I get the whole thing where people are saying experience, inexperience doesn't mean anything, but you know what? It's shown throughout plenty of games that there was no chance for us to be saved unless we had somebody who's been there, done that, and seen everything. They just made simple mistakes at times that will cost us. the signs were all there from the beginning of the season. And you know what? Maybe I'm at fault for being such a confident or such a optimistic fan at times. But realistically, what can you say? I was wrong. And you know what? I'm willing to admit that. But I did not want to be proven wrong because, of course, as a fan, you want your team to perform well. You want them to do well. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I was wrong. But what I find disgusting is people who want to say they were right to the level where they want us to underperform. You get what I'm saying, guys? You get what I'm saying? And subsequently, from the back of that, I'll receive hate, I'll get bantered. But there's a level of stuff that's banter, and there's a level of stuff that I genuinely believe. I genuinely believed he was a good enough manager to at least get us back into the Champions League and possibly push us forward. I felt like he was let down by the board, the people behind him, and everybody else. I feel like they did not have to do anything. They did not have to do anything. But at the end of the day, if the players on the pitch and the manager are going to let you down as fans, you know what? You hold your hands up, they let you down. But it's not like I had anything to do with the actual performances on the pitch, right? And it's not like the people screaming they want the manager out had anything to do with the performance on the pitch. For that 90 minutes, I wanted us to win. So should every other fan. And I felt like at times people wanted more to be proven right than they did to actually admit that they were to admit that, you know what? If I'm proven right, my team's going to lose. Do I really want that? No, nobody wants that. Everyone wants their team to win. We're out of the Europa League. Season's done. Game's done. And I'm just tired. I'm just tired of the bullshit. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not saying I was speaking bullshit. It's just annoying, man. It's just annoying. You can't constantly be speaking about something, right? And constantly trying to defend the case when you know at this point it's undefensible. And yesterday, the Europa League for me was it. I'm not saying I'm Arteta out. I'm just saying I will no longer be defending him. I'll no longer be making a case why he should be staying in manager because at this point it's undefensible. Is it untenable? The thing is, as bad as the situation is, he's going to be given time by the board and the people behind there to try to save his job. Should he be given time? Probably not. Will he be given time? We know he will be. These are the same guys who did not sack Unai Emery when Unai Emery was clearly on the road of self-destruction. And he comes back and now knocks out, and now he basically sacks Arteta. It's actually ironic. Okay, we got a super chat here. Shademan 393 says, I'm still pissed from yesterday. If Daniel Ike is serious, he should put a bid right now. Get Ralph Ragnick as a DOF and director of football, and get someone like Hassan Hudo to build our team like they did RB Leipzig. You know what? That's all nice and dandy. But you know what? We know the situation at this club. Unless the club is sold, and you know I'm a hypocrite wearing this right now because I got sucked into it at the beginning of the season. I always do get sucked into it. And fans like myself need to stop buying merchandise, even though I'm wearing merchandise as we speak. Realistically, guys, we're in a situation where we're not going to fix this overnight. It's not going to be fixed overnight. And you know what? If we keep giving the steering wheels to a guy who doesn't know how to drive the ship, we're going to be fucked. So at this point, I'm just not going to entertain it. I'm not going to speak about it. You guys know where I stand. If anyone asks me, I'm going to tell them go watch my video. My thoughts are, it's not his fault. It's just too much for him right now. And it's at this point he should just he should resign at the end of the summer if things don't go his way and just save himself the headache, and it should be a mutual parting of ways, because at this point he's just going to ruin his reputation as a manager. It's not going to be anything better. I only wanted him in until the end of the summer to see if he can get better players. If he does get better players, we might see an upturn in form. But for how long? All right? Because they're always going to sell him short. You guys know my thoughts. I'm not going to be screaming Arteta out. I'm not going to be screaming Arteta in. At this point, it's just back the team, whoever's in charge, into if it means someone else comes in, if it means someone else isn't in, you guys know where I stand. But yeah, EGTV. I'll be back with another video talking about the Super League, and I'll be bringing some of you guys on in a couple minutes. So stay tuned for that. I'll get that started in a few seconds. But yeah, big up to everybody watching. You guys already know my thoughts. If he was sacked tomorrow, I wouldn't cry. I wouldn't care. If he stays, I'll expect it because these guys are sick. But yeah, long story short, there's no point of yelling or screaming Arteta out. There's no point of backing this guy anymore. At this point, he's proven us all to be mugs for backing this club, this team, these players, these underperforming guys, and they're just showing that they can't do it. And for me, constantly backing these guys, what can I do? I'm an optimistic fan. I expect the best out of people. But sometimes when you can't expect the best out of shit. Anyways, you guys already know what it is. Kitty G, I'm out of here. Have yourselves a great day. And you know what? I'll be back with another video talking about all the stuff, Arsenal and everything. Apparently, we might get fined. Who knew? But yeah, peace out, people.